Meet you where?
The footbridge.
The footbridge? First the lumberyard and now the footbridge? And where will we meet after that? The Black Horse Calcutta? Shh! Tommy, it's Papa!
Did not think it that spellbinder held credentials and said in morning of July 4, 1912.
Yes, George, but...
Now the whole town turned upside down. The school board thinking nuts string down alley instead of tending to city matters.
Nation.
I found something interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater. His university?
I know all about that. In fact, I've done it yet to get out of him. Here's the conservatory exactly what's fine.
If you'll just take the time to read a little bit about the conservatory, I'm sure you won't have to look much further. It's on page...
Papa! The Willsboro wagon's coming down from the depot.
Solid day, the Willsboro wagon?
It could be the band instruments.
The band instruments! I want that way for credentials!
All the Willsboro wagon is coming down the street. Please let it be for me. All the Willsboro wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be. It's lunch, I got it right now, you know. And once I got some great food to take sent me a battle at the crossroads. Oh, the Willsboro wagon is a coming down the street. A prepaid surprise or COD. Surely could be something very, very special now. It could be something for someone who has no real reason, but it could be something special just for me. It's the band instrument.
Here, Winthrop.
My cornet. Gee, thanks, Professor.
Gentlemen, you each receive instruction in due course. In the meanwhile, stay off the streets, get acquainted with your instruments, and remember the minuet in G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da.
La-di-da, la-di-da. Sister, I never thought I'd see anything as scrumptious as the scrumptious solid gold thing. Oh, sister.
Right one for you, Mr. Hill, but I better hear some guy can't cook tooting out of them horns in pretty short order, or I'll see you in front of the grand jury. Now, Miss Marion, about that book.
Now, George.
Hold on, I have something to get from the librarian.
I've never seen Winthrop so happy. Thank you, Professor.
My pleasure, Miss Peru.
Start her up, Mr. Washburn. Look at the new step Mr. Hill's taught us.
All right, what'll it be?
The shaboopy!
Shaboopy! Now, a woman who kiss on the very first date is usually a hussy, and a woman who kiss to same time out is anything but fussy. But a woman who's going to a third time around, head in the clouds, feet on the ground. She's the girl he's glad he's found. She's his shapoopy, 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 shapoopy.
Shapoopy, 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 but you can't win her yet.
We tried to do it in front of your back, but...
I'm gonna warn you once more!
Now, George.
That's what poop out of you, madam!
I think he means Pete.
You know what I've written over you? Reform school! Now get! Get out, you wild kid!
Papa, please! It's Catholics like you that are blood in the marketplace. You can't!
You want your phraseology, young woman! Go home!
Mr. Mayor, I want you to know I'll be responsible for Tommy G list. That kid's got the boy of every kid in town. You'll be the waiting in line to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, individual members will have four gathered in wheelchairs on account of the broken legs they'll get from tripping over their fears. I'll tell you something, my fine young feathered young, never mind. Oliver, JC, you are Olin. And I want this man's references, and I want him tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's liberating a Mississippi sturgeon.
I think Mayor Shin has behaved abominably, but I think it was wonderful of you coming to Tommy's defense.
A man can't dodge the issue every time a little personal risk is involved. What does the poet say? The coward dies 1,000 deaths. The brave man, only 500.
I wish I was a little more informed. I've been wanting to talk to you about Winthrop's cornet.
His cornet? Mother of pearl keys.
I'm sure it's fine. He tells me about some think system. If he can think the minuet in G, he won't have to bother with the notes. Now, Professor.
Now, Miss Marion, the think system is a revolutionary method, I'll admit. But I cannot discuss these things here in public. If you'll allow me to call, when may I call?
Why, any night this week.
You were so dear to us. It's such a good thing with Professor Hill. Piccolo, Sockolo, Piccolo, Sockolo, ching, 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 ching. You dance like a fairy princess. You get way to the Lord. Yeah, go and show your parents super shit for all to see. We know that now you sin and told you forgive and try to promise. Here, go when his heart should be. Fairy princess.
hometown, Gary, Indiana. And he said someday he'd take me there. And he taught me a song that barely says anything in it. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, let's say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, that's the town that knew me when. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how I happened on this elegant excavation, I would say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face.
Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana.
Not Louisiana, Paris, but
Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana,
Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. I'll be back in a minute. I have to sew Amaryllis my live frock.
Leave the dishes, I'll do them all.
You're the piano teacher in town?
Yes?
Then you must know about this fellow Hill forming a boys band here.
Why, yes.
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. Two-bit thimble rigger. I'm only passing through. Number 8 only makes 15-minute water stop.
Who are you?
Oh, sorry. Name's Charlie Cowell. Handbill salesman. But now I'm out to protect the traveling fraternity from this swindler.
Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Mistake, my old lady's corset cover. That man's been a raspberry seed in my wisdom tooth long enough. He spoiled Illinois for me, and he's not gonna spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of music teacher are you? Mr. Lightfoot? He's no more professor than...
I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine director, and his scholastic credentials are impeccable.
Now, wait a minute. Fine director? Have you heard one note of music from any kind of band?
No, but
But nothing, girl. That man's never formed a band in his life. Never will.
there's your train. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
No, sir. I gotta leave word about that fellow Hill. But I can see you ain't the type to leave it with.
I never met a man who sells anvils before. That's something, well, quite different.
Takes a real salesman, I can tell you that. Anvils have a limited appeal. Oh, what am I doing? But Mr. Train, I'll get fired, and I gotta leave word about that fellow Hill.
Leave word with me.
Not on your tin type. How will I know you'll deliver these letters?
Try me. There's your train. Now go!
Why, you double-dealing little... Who do you think you're protecting? That man's got a girl in every county in Illinois, and that's 102 counties, not counting the music teachers he cozies up to keep their mouths shut. Neither of you have heard the last of me, girly girl.
Marion, who are you talking to? Why, Professor Harold Hill.
Top of the evening to you, Miss Crew.
You two should go set. I'll put some jelly on the stove. There's no jelly on the stove, Mom. Well, then I'll put some there.
Shall we set, as your mother said?
Will I?
You didn't ask me to call.
Professor Hill, is it true that you... What I'm trying to say is, I must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now, where have you heard such an idea like that?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Now, Miss Marion, you mustn't believe everything you hear. After all, one even hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matty?
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what he said, he left me a sure job so that Mother and Winthrop and I would have some security. Surely you don't believe.
Of course not. That's exactly what I'm saying. Now, what do you think starts these rumors?
Narrow-minded jealousy. Jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly.
and jealousy mostly starts rumors about traveling salesmen. Now, what have you heard?
It's just that, well, of course, it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy can lead to, take you, for instance, your attentions to customers and, well, teachers might be misinterpreted, might they? Surely might they.
Why?
So, if you say another salesman or somebody were jealous, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Why, of course.
And it just proves that you shouldn't believe everything you hear, doesn't it? You discuss things.
Now, Miss Marion, I would be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you, but couldn't we do it sitting down? You do sit, your knees bend and all.
We could sit on the porch steps.
Or you could sit on a large hollow rock over the footbridge.
I couldn't think of it. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Just to talk. Meet me there in 15 minutes.
I just can't. Maybe tomorrow?
My dear little librarian, if you pile up enough tomorrows, you find you've collected a lot of empty yesterdays. Now, I don't know about you, but I like to make today something worth remembering. The footbridge. 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama! Mama, I told Professor Hill I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Glory be, saints be praised, it works.
What does?
I've been using the think system on you.
Grecian urn. 2 Grecian urn. 3 Grecian urns. And a fountain.
Stop! Listen to this man!
You gullible greengrass goats. I'm talking about Professor Harold Hill, road agent, highwayman, pickpocket.
Pickpocket?
Same thing. He's had his hand in your wallet, mister. In yours, man. In yours, little girl. Ever since the first moment he came to town. There's more documented evidence than you'll ever have time to read. And there never has been any band. And there never will be any band. And if you don't hunt this man down like a wild dog, there won't be any Harold Hill either. He'll be on the next train out of town.
Now will you believe me?
But what are you waiting for? I want my money back. Money back? I want his hide.
After him! And when you find him, bring him to the schoolhouse! After him!
There's some crazy guy going all over town spilling everything.
Go get the rig, Mars.
I got it.
What time's the fright go?
9:40 from the junction.
Well, it's not even 8:30 yet.
Look, you want to turn a wordle around here and get yourself caught in a trap, you go ahead, but...
Don't worry, Mars. I'll meet you over at the hotel in plenty of time. Miss Marion, you're late.
But you said 15 minutes.
Well, I meant, I'd say, well, about 26 years late. Took you all this time to get to a footbridge with the fella.
Well, if you want to know, it almost took longer. Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I suppose couldn't be able to think clearly when I'm under the spell of your salesmanship.
Now, Miss Marion, Sure you don't believe I've been selling you anything.
No, you've given me something. That's why I decided to come.
I don't recall giving...
Oh, yes, you have. Something beautiful.
Marion,
There were lands on the hill, but I never heard them. No, I never heard them at all, till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them weeping. No, I never saw them at all, till there was you. And there was music, and there were wonderful roses. They tell me it's sweet fragrant meadows of dawn and dew. There was love all around, but I never heard it sing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you.
There was love all around, but I never heard it sing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you.
Excuse me. I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlioz. It'll just take a moment. What now?
Who's the salesman here? Sounds like she's selling and you're buying.
I have to keep her off balance, and
She's so far out balance, you can't tell her from a cat boat in a hurricane.
Go get the ring, Mars. Never a peaceful moment in the music business. Now, where were we?
You were about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Well, we don't really have to get into that just now, do we?
No, we don't, Harold. Or ever for that matter. The librarian hasn't felt much like doing research lately, but she did plenty when you first came.
Oh, about what?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory of Music, class of Op 5. Harold, there wasn't any class of Op 5.
Why, there's certainly...
Because the town wasn't built till Op 6. I'll see you at the sociable.
You knew all this time?
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came.
Why, you little... Greg!
Where's Harold?
He isn't anywhere around here. Let's try down by the creek.
Yes.
What's up?
Hey, wait a minute, your side?
I'm not your thumb. Leave go of me.
Not till I talk to you for a minute.
I wouldn't listen. You won't tell the truth anyway.
I would too.
Would not.
Would too. Tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty, rotten crook?
Yes.
Leave me go, you big liar.
What's the matter? You wanted the truth, didn't you? Now I'm figuring you, and you're gonna stand here, so you might as well quit wiggling. Now there's two things you're entitled to know. One, you're a great kid. I thought so from the first time I met you. That's why I want you in the band, so you quit moping around feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's a band, kid.
What's the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, now that you mention it, it's not any of your business.
you never come to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe him?
I believe everything he ever said. The way every kid in this town walked, talked, and acted. Even you. And the parents, too. Does Mama wish he'd never come to River City?
Well, you do, don't you?
No, Winthrop. Now go, Harold, please.
Go on, Professor, hurry up.
I can't, Winthrop.
Why not?
Because for the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door.
Greg, they're here. That way, that way.
Go on, Professor, that way, that way.
Virtue has triumphed. The sword of retribution has cast down Professor Harold Hill. Now there are those, as I have heard, melting tar and collecting feathers. I shall not say them nay.
I just think that we should possibly forget our Iowa stubborn chip on the shoulder arrogance long enough to remember Harold Hill when River City was before. Do you? Well, do you? Surely some of you ought to be grateful for what he's done to River City. And if so, I should think you'd want to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here. If there's anybody in this hall who does not want this man Hill tarred and feathered, please step forward.
Thank you, Mama.
Ye gasped. Well, boys. Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream. Ethel. Mrs. Squires. Alma. Eulalie.
You idiot! Step back! Have you people forgotten that you bought expensive uniforms, technical instruction books, and high-priced band instruments? Have you forgotten that you bought these with the clear warranty that your children will be taught to play in a band? Well, where's the band? Where's the band?
Play for me, Linus. Play for me. That's my Barney. That too was my Barney.
Thank you.